Trash to Cash Podcast, episode 58.
58 episodes.
I'm Dave, the NC Picker, and with me, as always, Carrie, American Arbitrage. And next to him, you want to introduce yourself?
Lady Arbitrage.
Dawn, Lady Arbitrage.
The Lady Arbitrage. You may have heard her yelling at you on Instagram or TikTok.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
She yells on her TikTok.
I do not. Everyone says I have a horrible
Now,
voice.
Dawn
I didn't
and
say
Carrie.
that. You just yell.
Dawn and Carrie are friends with benefits.
She's my girlfriend.
He benefits.
I am her boyfriend.
Yes.
I don't.
Dawn does this wonderful thing called Wake Carrie Up in the morning.
Yes, it's vital, honestly.
What's this show about?
Trash and cash.
Okay, so Dawn and Carrie are both resellers. I'm a reseller.
Yeah.
Kevin, the Commonwealth Picker, is not here. We are in Los Angeles.
Yes. LA, Burbank.
Burbank, to be exact, North Hollywood area, because we're fancy.
Yeah,
we're basically fancy.
Like Applebee's.
I was over here on a road trip, and not a road trip, a work trip, as you guys know. And I don't know, we don't usually talk to the camera, so maybe we should just talk to each other.
We're just gonna
That's
make
how
it
this show
natural.
works.
Yeah, this is just
It's
a
what we've
natural
never done it
conversation.
in a creepy hotel room
Yeah,
before.
just with
This is the
cameras
first
on the
time.
bed.
Haven't we?
What, in the hotel room?
We did it at an Airbnb.
You guys might have done it in the hotel room, but I mean record a podcast.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Misunderstanding. No, so Carrie, thank you for coming and visiting me. Dawn,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, we're not that far
How
away.
far was the drive?
Like 3.5 hours, but if you count traffic, like 6.
Horrible.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It was terrible.
But you went yard sailing with me. Carrie got up at the crack of 7.
Yeah, and
Which
then
was-
immediately realized that our tire was flat.
Yeah, that. Okay, so can we
And I
cover
changed
like
it.
just the
Super
stream?
fast, I changed the
Hold
tire.
on. Let's cover the
Lickety
stream
split.
of disappointment that I've had in you since yesterday. So, I'm
truth
telling
comes
Carrie, I'm
out.
like, Carrie,
Always in the
come on.
podcast.
You can come see my work office, my place
We're
of
so
work.
excited about that,
I wanted
too.
to introduce him to a buddy of mine who's a big Carrie fan. And
Which he didn't tell
He has
me.
a fan?
he has a fan in my office.
I didn't know that.
And I was really
You may
excited about
notice me
meeting.
being harassed everywhere I go.
Yeah. I was excited about Carrie meeting him, and so I said, Carrie, try to come by like 4:30 at the latest, because then you can, come in and see my place of employee. Yeah. And Carrie said, sure, no problem. This is the Carrie way. Ask Kevin; he'll back me up on this. And then he just doesn't deliver. He showed up 6:15.
Yeah, 6:15. I said 4:30. Is that bad? That's
I'm sitting there
California Standard Time.
at
right
my
now,
office.
bro.
I got no ride home, and I'm like, well, I guess I don't have a ride home because Carrie was supposed to pick me up. There was tears. There was a lot of tears. My coworkers were like, well, where is he? And I was like, oh, he's not here. I don't know.
Would you like to hear some excuses?
Yeah, let's hear some
Let's do it.
excuses. Yeah.
Okay, so we left late. That was one.
That's not really an excuse.
It wasn't my fault. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, first off, I lost my identification, which is my passport.
Yeah.
Which he does
Because
all
I
the
lost
time.
my driver's license, but that's neither here nor there. But
Right.
my passport I lost. I mean, we looked for it for a half an hour.
Literally, and then we literally got in a little bit of an argument because
no,
I'm like,
you were
always,
very mean to me.
but you're always doing that. So I was like, why you always do this? Why can't you be responsible? And so for half an hour, seriously, for half an hour, we are going through everything. We're turning over furniture.
true, we are.
I'm not even kidding. A half hour later, I'm looking through a box. He comes in and he says, oh, it's been in my front pocket the whole time.
Yeah, it was in my front
The whole
pocket.
time.
It was in the pants I was wearing. Front pocket the whole time.
What a waste.
But how does that even happen? Like, you're looking for the passport, you just didn't pat yourself down.
Well,
He
I-
said he checked his back
I had
pockets, not
like
his
my
front
phone
pockets.
or something in my front pocket, so I assumed that's what it was. I didn't thoroughly look.
So you had
in
the
my
phone and then the passport under the
Yeah,
phone,
yeah,
and then you just
yeah.
didn't.
I think that's what I'm going to go with.
Well, you didn't take your phone out to try to call your
But I'm
passport?
also the person who's literally, I'm literally the person who has Googled on my phone how to find my phone when I've lost it, when I've been
Okay.
holding my phone. That's how bad it is. That's
You
how
might have
bad
dementia.
I might have
Yeah.
early or late. I don't know. I'm old. So it could be
Old
late.
onset dementia.
Old onset dementia. I may have it.
Anyway, so that was the first time he let me
Reselling.
down. And then this morning, no, not reselling
America's
yet.
#1 reselling podcast, Trash to Cash, coming
No,
at you, folks.
we're not there yet. We're not there. We're still at your ample list of disappointing moments.
okay.
We've got several.
All right. So, anyways, this morning we wake up and we are kind of sharing a hotel room. It's a little weird, but we got
It is
two
weird.
separate beds. It's fine.
Him and Dave sleep together.
Not true.
Just kidding.
I mean, this hotel's expensive here in California, so we decided to,
Oh my God.
be conservative with our money. So
Thrifty.
we wake up. I'm like, Harry, you got to get up early, and he actually did it. Like
Yeah,
this was
I
like
was
he
super
delivered.
happy.
He got up early.
Thank you.
He farts a lot in his sleep.
That's true.
Definitely.
It's uncontrollable.
And we go down, we get ready. I got my big backpack on.
Just
I'm ready for
giant,
school.
oversized, weird
We go, we
backpack.
get out to the parking garage. We look at his car, and the tire is flat.
And I mean dead flat.
Dead
It was,
flat
Like,
tire.
It
Didn't
was,
drive it.
yeah, it was that bad.
But I was on it.
He
But
was-
you two,
I was
don't lie, you
immediately
two
on
were going to
that.
give up and were walking away from the car, and I said, "What about the spare tire?"
We did. I
and then
forgot.
you guys are both like, "Oh yeah."
I forgot spare tires existed, and I also
too.
just didn't expect Carrie to have a spare tire.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
I
Like,
didn't know I had one.
there's a
To be
good
fair.
chance.
I had
Like,
no idea.
there was a good chance in my heart that
really didn't.
he was already riding on one of the spares, and that like the other flat tire would be in the trunk. That's
spot
where
on.
my brain
That
was.
is spot on.
But then I remembered it is kind of Dawn's car too,
Yeah.
so yeah, it made sense that there would be an actual spare tire.
It's true.
And so we snapped into action. Carrie looked really confused and overwhelmed and stressed while
and he stood there and held his
I
phone.
swapped the
while
tire.
I
he
filmed
did
it.
and I
filmed
helped.
it for content.
Yeah, but no,
did
Carrie
ya?
filmed me changing his tire.
was awesome.
Hands were all dirty,
true.
sweat on my brow.
Yeah.
Carrie laughing and eating Cheetos. It was quite a day.
It was Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its, okay.
Cheez-Its.
The Cheddar Jack, those are my favorite.
those-
Yeah, I've got some
yours
over there.
Actually, I stole.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, but we did end up. Okay, so what did we have to do? We went to find Pep Boys
Pep Boys. Yeah.
to get, and we won't even talk about the 40-minute Starbucks stop, which.
Yeah. Dawn has to have
That's me.
Starbucks
That's me.
every morning.
So we go to Pep Boys and we drop the tire off and we go yard selling on this little tiny sketchy donut, but we
Yep.
didn't die.
Yeah,
we're here.
We went garage selling
we're
on
alive.
a donut tire, and we did
Yeah.
pretty. I mean, I
And
did
that
pretty
was
well. Me
barely
and Dawn
holding
did
up.
really well.
Yeah,
It was almost flat too. We were
We
like
probably
an
could have
inch
just
off the
stayed on that
ground.
donut.
Yeah.
It would have been fine.
that probably not.
Yeah,
No,
we could
no.
have though.
No.
So,
Definitely
as
could.
far as the yard
do
selling
that,
goes in California, I was being very conservative. I was buying small stuff. I was actively showing Carrie and Dawn things that I would have bought, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, what about this? What about this?"
That's what he's going to tell you.
Yeah, and I may or may not have found a very valuable Department 56
Yeah,
for
he
you.
did. He
Yeah,
did. He
that's
found
something.
a chop suey
Yeah,
little diner place from a Christmas store.
Christmas story. Yeah, where
Which
they
you
eat
said
their.
is one of the most expensive Department 56s
Yeah,
out
so
there.
you remember I recently bought all those Department 56 in the big bulk buy. If you watch my NC Picker channel,
Your
it was
wife
just
posted all those for you, right?
yeah. But anyways, you can see me buy it at this lady who has a bunch of Murano and Yadro. How do you say that? Yadro glass, and a lot of that video is just about learning about glass. But also, I got a bunch of Department 56, and Tina was posting them for me, and I posted a couple. I posted none, and Tina posted them all. But I remember I was looking, I was like, well, what's the most valuable Department 56? And I just searched Department 56 and sorted by most valuable. And this Chop Suey Christmas Story one came up. And it's a place they go for dinner after the dogs
yeah.
eat the turkey,
Yeah, that's what
remember? And they're like, oh, fa ra 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 ra, like they're singing the Christmas carols and stuff. So it's that place, and it sells for like $300, $250 to
That's
$300
the most valuable.
that I had found.
Oh, okay.
It was up there when I was
They
like just
based that
searching by
System
highest
of a
price.
Down song off that.
Oh, did they?
Chop Suey. Wake up!
Really?
Make up!
I don't think he's telling the truth.
Wanted to.
Well, anyways, so
It's a deep cut for two
Yeah.
people who understood that.
so I showed it. I didn't want to bring that back in an airplane, basically, and I showed it to them, and they picked it up.
It's
and
weird
it's
enough.
not in perfect condition. Like there was a little Christmas
Yeah.
ornament missing, but I still think you can get $180 for it.
Yeah.
We
something
paid
like that.
what, 15?
Found a-
$15,
we found
yeah.
a Batman statue that's probably
The
going to
same
get us
place.
over $100.
Yeah. Yeah, I found a lot of good stuff. I will say this, like a lot of
Very
these
Froggy
California
Flips
sales.
style sale.
Yeah, and we were like Zilloing the Zestimate
Oh, yeah.
of every
Getting all the
house
zestimates.
That was fun.
as we're going, and we're like, okay, this next house sells for $886,000, and you get there and you're like,
It was
what?
like 400 square
Yeah.
foot garage.
Yeah.
It was like $860,000.
There's a 1,500 square foot house that's $1.3 million
Which
that
one
we're
was
going
the
to. It's crazy.
$3 million one though.
That was somewhere in Burbank.
Yeah, I went to a $3 million house.
my gosh.
It'd actually be pretty easy to do those clickbait millionaire neighborhood when every house in Burbank is $1 million bucks. Yeah, there you go. There's your title.
There we go.
Yeah.
Flex.
But it's crazy. We were actually trying, maybe you guys can tell us in the comments, like, what is the benefit? Like, why would you spend that much money to live here, of all places, in California?
The taxes are high and everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the weather.
I don't know.
It's
It
the
is the
weather.
weather. It's got to be the weather. The
Did
weather
they
is
pay
beautiful today.
Federal and state here?
And
Yeah,
Yoshinoya's. I love Yoshinoya's.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yoshinoya's is
I
good.
just
I
can't
would
help but
live
think
here
of the
for
league where
Yoshinoya's.
Rustin
Yeah.
gets the explosive diarrhea and then he wants to
Oh
see
yeah,
them.
no, that's
yeah.
That's part of the whole package.
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay, well, Dawn, since you have no clue what that is, you used to be on a podcast
Yeah.
with
With
Carrie,
this guy.
American Arbitrage.
You
What was that
retired.
podcast called?
American Arbitrage.
That was decent.
Named
That was
after me.
decent. So Carrie told me about that podcast. I listened to it. I liked it. And then he just completely stopped filming it as soon as I said I liked it.
Yep,
What was
exactly.
that all about?
It's about leaving people wanting more.
No.
You talk about it all the time to this day, how much you loved it. And we were actually serious. We were talking actual business stuff.
Yeah, they were very
Dave got distracted
official.
for a bit a second.
What are
Squirrel?
you looking at?
Squirrel? Squirrel? I want my water.
Dave Dave wants
Oh.
his water.
Keep going. You can still
Yeah,
talk.
so we had our podcast until like a year and a half ago. And then we just stopped because the thing about doing podcasts, and Dave knew this when we started the podcast, was that like it's hard to keep them going. There's always an excuse not to film an episode.
Yes, like being in Los Angeles.
Yeah, being in Los Angeles and having to film it from your hotel room. It's weird.
Yeah, and I'm flying home tomorrow, which is Sunday, which is when we normally fly, and I'm going to be all jet lagged and exhausted. And then the next week is Thanksgiving week, which is like Monday through, and I'm super busy. Kevin's busy, so we have to just record it in a hotel room with a janky camera setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just saying this is kind of weird. The cameras are on a bed and
It's true.
in the
It's
hotel
true.
room. It's getting weird.
It's not she went there. Okay, that's not what I was thinking. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, what's going on in the reseller community, Carrie? Are you paying attention?
Yeah, I've heard that we're in Q4 right now, guys.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Okay. And
If
everybody
everybody
must
is
have got
still
their
reselling
boxes.
today, you had to have got your boxes by
Yeah.
now. Also, your bubble mailers, guys. American Bubble Boy, the finest establishment
Oh, good, yeah. We need
for
to mention
bubble
that,
wrap
yeah.
until our
Yeah.
ad contract runs out, which
What-
is shortly, right?
What happened to all the other podcasts about reselling?
Yeah, what happened? We were just wondering what happened.
Guys without
Cancel-
jobs.
Guys without
Cancel
jobs.
this
What
podcast.
happened between those guys? Anyway,
It's-
cancel this
people
podcast.
keep asking us,
Yeah,
how
they
would
keep
we know?
asking us like we know.
What happened between John and
Yeah, what
Lonnie?
happened?
Like
Yeah,
we were
what
going to
happened?
know
American
this.
Pickers podcast that never
Weird,
existed.
I've
Pawn
heard,
Stars Live. What happened to that
yeah,
one?
yeah, we got recognized. That was
Yes.
cool.
They did.
We got
Yes,
recognized,
we
yeah.
did.
At a sale in Burbank, California, completely random. I thought that was kind of cool because you never realize how like far your reach is.
How massively famous you are.
Yeah, how
Just so you were-
massively famous.
Yeah, so this is
Dave
the
was a
thing.
little upset though.
I was
Dave
a
got
little-
upset because immediately, and I'm talking immediately after recognizing him, Dave, the person recognized me and seemed a tad bit more enamored with me.
He was a little bit more
He
enamored.
was
with you,
more
'cause,
into
like,
what I was.
You had him shaking. He was
Dude,
really nervous.
He
like
was literally shaking when
somebody
he met
that
us.
actually was
Kind of
important.
crazy.
I know.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't
He didn't
like
recognize
that.
Don though. He didn't recognize
No.
Don.
He was a very
That's
nice
okay.
kid. He was a very nice kid.
Max, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Max. I don't think he watches the
great.
podcast,
Yeah,
but
he does. I wouldn't-
if he does.
I wouldn't spend the time, honestly, at this point.
So tonight we're going to see a comedian.
Yeah, we're gonna go see. We're going to the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. It's a weird setup. Have you been there before?
I've never been, but I've been to Greenblatt's Deli next to it. It's
Yeah,
delicious.
it's the same
yeah.
basic vibe.
Same
Like people are
basic
just
vibe.
standing near you
Eating
making fun of
pastrami.
you.
Yeah. Oh wait. Okay.
What?
Well, they're making fun of me everywhere I go, so I guess there's that. Did you?
It's a weird setup, though.
Have
I
you
like
talked
it.
to Kevin at all, the Commonwealth
No, I
picker?
haven't. I don't know. Is he okay?
I don't know. We could call him. What about like a
let's
hot
call him.
I'd say
take?
call
Let's
him.
call
Call
him so
Kevin.
we can say that Kevin was in the podcast.
Yeah, we want to make sure we put him in the
Can
thumbnail.
you FaceTime him?
Oh, I could.
I
Let
mean,
me
don't know if
does
he
he
see.
knows
have
how to
cell
use
phone?
it.
But what if he's like pooping or something?
He's probably
That's okay.
wearing
We'll
jeans.
see. We're
I
gonna
guarantee
try.
you that.
We're gonna try FaceTiming Kevin right now. I don't think he's gonna answer.
He's not gonna
I don't answer a random FaceTime call
Well,
personally.
doesn't he know your name though? Or does he not say your name?
He doesn't even know who I am. Yeah, he's not gonna
all
answer. What time is
transactional.
it? Oh, he did answer. Hey,
Oh my
Kevin.
gosh, Kev!
Okay, look, Kevin,
Oh my gosh, what are we doing?
you're on the podcast.
You're on the podcast, dude.
How you doing? Dude, this is what Kevin does when we record the podcast. He lays on his couch.
He's
What's he
asleep.
doing?
Look at that.
He's a lieabout. He's a lieabout, Don. He's
Look
a
at that.
lieabout.
He's mid-nap.
He's got
Yeah.
his family out there working in the sheds.
Mid-nap while they're packing and shipping.
I'm editing.
You're editing?
Oh.
Okay.
That's what I
Okay.
always say too.
For which channel? Oh, there's Reagan.
Picker.
Picker. Okay, nice. Have you started putting videos out again? Kevin went like a month, the whole month of August. This guy didn't put out a video.
What?
Y'all should check out the Flipper channel, man.
He's lying. He's been in here asleep.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yep, you heard it. You heard it here
Thank
first.
you, Blue Ridge Mama.
He's in
The
here
truth.
being a bum. Blue Ridge Mama confirms it. That's not surprising.
Not surprising.
Kevin, we got a really weird setup. We got cameras on the bed. It's a whole thing. What'd she say?
He confirms that I was sleeping, which is totally
You do
nuts.
kind of look sleepy, doesn't he?
Yeah,
look
he
sleepy?
looks like he.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Aw.
now it's a dog. Look at the dog. What's your dog's name?
Sophie.
And
I've
so,
heard as you get older, though, you need to sleep
It
more.
was yesterday, though.
You
okay.
have to sleep more.
So, Kevin, can you tell us what happened with the ornaments? Because viewers want to buy some.
They're gone.
Forever?
Hour and 49 minutes.
Wow. And which co-host on a podcast supported you, and which one didn't?
The one with all the money.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's
why I
sweet.
bought
Wait a
one.
minute. I bought an ornament, but see, I might do like a giveaway for the podcast listeners or something with it.
Yeah, that seems.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what I was
then I'll have
thinking.
to-
Yeah, I was
In
thinking.
lieu of my payment, right, for the podcast.
Listen, that payment, it's on its way.
The check is in the mail, Kev. Don't worry.
I called my bank that I use for reselling, and they said they don't have checkbooks. Like it's just
really?
that old fashioned. It's just not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
You can't do the instant deposit because your bank isn't officially recognized as a bank in America.
Well,
strangely
it's Swedish. Yeah, one of those Swedish.
Yeah,
tax
it's like a
havens.
Swedish Cayman Island bank.
Yeah.
I think in the Discord, y'all had a good day garage selling out there in SoCal. Is that true?
Yeah, dude, we got a bunch of good stuff. We got the, let's see if he knows it, the Department 56 Chop Suey restaurant
I do not know that, no. Oh, wait
like-
a minute.
from Christmas Story.
That's or yeah, with the duck. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good stuff.
That's like a $300 Department 56, $15.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at his face. Do that
You
face
found-
again. Ooh, he's surprised.
We didn't even
Look at
talk
no
about
hat.
that.
No hat, guys. No hat.
The Doberman.
The Rottweiler
Oh.
Christmas tree from
yeah.
who made it?
Oh, yeah, Danbury Mint. He found the
Danbury
Danbury
Mint.
Mint.
Somebody had sold one for $940.
$940.
Little stadium things. You ever got the Danbury Mint Stadium?
Oh, yeah.
Area? I bet you've.
I've had
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're good.
Yeah, so basically we're rich. So, if you need money.
I thought I got it off here, you know. What's
You need
the
a
deal?
short-term-
Yeah, you're
high
off. You're
interest
off. We'll
one.
let you go, Kev. We'll let you go. We'll see you later. Have a good Thanksgiving. We'll see you next week.
Thanksgiving later.
Hey, you tell Dave to find the order. Hey, look at this.
Yeah, his dinner's being served.
Oh,
geez.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
She's serving him
He's
dinner
not
on the
even
couch.
going to the table. He's just on the
Oh
couch
my
with his TV tray.
Filthy lieabout.
He's just getting ready for the
having a
retirement
fat
home.
second.
That's what they do.
All right, so Kevin, Dawn wanted to tell us a story about her going and getting you a certain thing. Is she allowed to tell that story?
No
No.
story.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Later, buddy.
Kevin blocked that story. It would have been a good one.
That was.
Comment down below if you want to hear Dawn's story for the next time
Yeah,
on what Kevin won't allow her to say, the unspeakable thing.
Filtered trash to cash
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh, we
what
should
would
do that.
people think?
Trash to cash after dark.
There we go.
Ooh,
Me
yes.
and Dawn are rocking our trash to cash shirts.
I got a silk Hawaiian shirt. It's silk.
Yeah, that's true. He does. I mean,
is
you
silk.
kind of knew
That's not
because you can
silk.
see
I
it.
think it's silk.
It's Tommy Bahama. You know what that
I don't
sells
know
for?
what it is. I think it's 70% silk and 50% elk or something.
Elk.
It doesn't feel like
Elk. I don't know about
silk.
elk.
I think that's fake.
Okay.
I don't know.
So, Dawn, why did you quit the podcast? The other one.
Yeah, why?
What happened?
Why?
We just started getting busy, and then my mom came and lived with us. And
Okay.
we had to take care of her because she had a stroke and everything.
Yeah.
And I was working, doing the shop, and doing helping my mom and doing all that stuff, and then eventually just got to be too much. And
Well,
so-
and
tried.
I mean that's a good kind of insight to the viewers. Dawn does almost everything for Carrie. Almost everything.
oh my
like,
gosh, she's like having another child.
Yeah. Like literally everything.
I'm not kidding.
And next time if he loses his passport, to check his pockets for him.
Oh
Look,
my
I'm
gosh.
just being honest. Every other reseller is afraid to tell you this about themselves. I'm just letting you guys know that I'm a little bit of
A
a
mess.
dewdropper.
Oh.
A little bit of a what do
Yeah.
they call me? A dewdropper?
A lemon squeezer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
A
Okay.
big old mess.
Yeah.
It's all style here, guys. No substance. All style, no substance.
When you lost your driver's license at the 127 cells, Kevin was the one that
Kevin
found
did find it
in
in the couch like 4 days later. I'd already given up.
Right when we were checking out, right before we went to leave that day, when we were checking everything, he
true.
found your license.
I
in
think
the
it was.
couch.
Hold on.
I think it was my credit card.
Yeah, I was gonna say because he already said his
Oh, it was a
license is
credit.
lost.
Oh, it was his credit card. Yeah.
How long
Sorry.
has your license been lost?
Well, he had
Well,
it.
I
and
have
then
it technically.
broke
It's
it.
cut in half because it broke.
Yeah.
So I
Or-
lost the other half.
Let's be
which
serious.
is weird.
It's cut in half because he tried to sneak into a 21 and over club.
It's true.
And they're like, "You are not 21, sir." Snip, snip,
I
snip.
was trying to. I just
ID.
wanted to feel alive. You know?
Fake ID. So how did you like driving in LA?
No.
Stressful.
It's very stressful. Not
a
as
ride.
bad
I'm
as
not
New
driving.
York, but about the same. It was awful.
Not as bad, but the same.
Yeah, not as bad, but the same. Exactly identical, but totally different.
You know what I mean?
Totally different. Yeah.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
like people are just as impatient, but they're a little bit chiller. Like they'll give you like one of those, like "What's up, bro?" Like when they're
bro?
cutting you
What?
off,
No,
they're
they
like,
weren't. They were
"Party
giving
on,
us a
bro."
different
They'll give you
handshake.
the
No,
they'll
it
give you
wasn't
the
this.
good old Kevin. We're never gonna pay you thing. You know what I mean?
Kevin does do that a lot.
Thank you.
So as far as reselling, I accidentally watched some of your videos, and I saw
Why?
you're now selling clothing a lot.
I don't know
Oh,
why.
yeah.
I think it's because
Yeah.
we're going to the bins.
Yeah.
We're going to the bins a lot, and there's just a lot of good clothing we're finding. Honestly,
He's actually doing pretty good.
Do you have like a grail, like something awesome you found recently?
we found trying to think. We found that cool UNLV corduroy hat, but it didn't have the top little thing, so that wasn't.
What did it sell
grail.
for?
It didn't sell for much because it was
$1?
missing. Yeah, no, it was like
No,
7
it was-
or 8. But
What?
was
It sold for more than that
Oh, did it?
over the years.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
No.
Tim bought it.
Oh, you ripped Tim off? Nice.
No, he's seen it.
Nice.
Well, I mean, I still think it was a pretty.
I think it was
cool hat.
11 or 13.
What was it? The
somewhere
thing
around
we
there.
found? We found something really nice the other day, but I wasn't filming. I forgot what it was. I don't know. There's a lot. We just sold that Ralph Muppets Most Wanted plush, right?
Yeah.
Muppets Most Wanted. This is a bolo. That was a movie that came out like 11, 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Ralph the dog. We sold it for $110 today.
Really?
I
and
found
we
that
got
at
it
the bins.
at the bins.
So it was less than $1.
I found it at the bins, and by I found it, I mean Don found it, and then I filmed myself. No, I'm just kidding. Don did.
How long is a trip to the bins? Like, how long does it take to source there?
How many hours do we
Yeah,
spend there?
yeah.
2.
We try to get there at least by 1, and we leave at 4.
And do you like line up with everyone else and wait for them to bring out the thing, and then like they shoot the gun and you run and grab stuff?
Well, it all depends.
key
Carrie
is-
will stay over there picking through the older stuff, and I like to be especially when it's the side that does the hats.
Yeah.
I'll be there waiting with my bag.
The key is
ready to
elbows.
go.
The key is
throwing
the
elbows.
Yeah.
Carrie's
So-
over there running around, being
unwieldy.
What's a hat end up coming to at the weight, like normal weight of a hat? How much
about
you spending?
20
We
cents.
waited. We
25
figured it
cents.
out. It was. They just upped the price like last week, so it was 20 cents, like 19.5 cents, and now it's 25 cents, 24.5
We're
cents.
only getting most of those because we could do a quick flip on Whatnot.
Yep.
And we're getting, even if we
That's part of
sold
why we've been doing
the
Whatnot
hat
more
at
lately.
$2,
We can just move them quick.
we get $1.13, so we 4 times our money just
So
off of a
are
hat.
you just grabbing every hat, putting it in the cart, and
Nope,
then
it's gotta be
afterwards going
football
through?
related or
Well, we are
pop culture.
grabbing most hats that look interesting, and then going through it with a fine
Yes.
tooth.
That's what I'm saying. I would just grab every hat.
Oh, I'm
There's a couple that are
all over it.
obvious that are
Jeez.
just like, not going to be worth anything. There's 2 beat up, or they're just like, like a Burger King
You were
hat,
over there
which we
going
did
through
sell.
what? The shoes or the shirts? And someone
Yeah.
said, why don't you guys go check the hats? And they look at me and said, oh, we're probably already too late.
Yep.
'Cause you were there.
I'm through it.
Don's
I'm
already got a
I'm
reputation
all
at the
over it,
Goodwill
boy.
bins.
The hats, that's mine.
And they still won't let you record there.
You're not supposed to.
You're
But
not
Have
there's
you
supposed
other-
tried it? I know he's gotten caught. Have you tried it?
I've done it. But when I record, I'm only recording the find and inside the bin itself. I'm not showing
Okay.
people. I'm not doing any of that. And no one's looking at me. No one watches my stuff. So,
Actually, that's not true, guys. If you didn't know, Dawn has a TikTok, which who cares? But she also has a really good Facebook and Instagram
Yeah.
page.
Yeah, Don
which
has
is
like
nice.
But
hundreds of thousands of followers.
I don't do YouTube, and that's what they're looking for is people who are putting it on YouTube.
YouTube seems
That's
to
how they
get
knew
more
him.
cred when I don't know if it deserves it. It does. It probably deserves it. I don't know.
Yeah, YouTube is nice. I like it all. I think that Dawn should start a YouTube or
Long
focus
form
on her
YouTube.
YouTube,
I want
her long
to,
form.
but
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
You guys got to down below. Give her some motivation to start her long form YouTube. You can watch me trip over stuff because it'll be point of view. She'll have the GoPro on. I'll trip over stuff. You see me in 3D or 4D.
Yep.
Making bad purchases, kind of like
Yeah, he's
Kevin.
always doing that.
Dave, you're Dave, right?
I'm David. My name is David.
Dave,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you don't remember
Yeah,
who you're talking.
It's just an old person.
Dawn, who in reselling? I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask anyways. Do you watch the most
For resellers?
Yes.
Content-wise.
content-wise?
On
The answer is no one.
YouTube?
She doesn't watch it.
Okay, let's forget YouTube. On TikTok, how about that?
On TikTok, Thrifting Treasures,
Thrifting
Okay.
Thrifter Sifter.
Thrifter
Sifter.
Sifter.
What's his name?
American Arbitrage.
No.
No.
What's the other? He just said he had a beard.
Oh, Line Creek Boutique.
Yep, I watch
Chick
him.
Boutique. Okay. So
Some-
there you go. There's some
oh,
recommendations
what's his
from
name?
Dawn.
eBay Kings.
Oh,
Kings of
Kings of eBay.
Kings
He's
of
always
eBay.
live.
Yeah, he's live
all
every
day
second of the
long.
day. Him and
I don't know
Tropical
how.
Flipper. I
Yeah.
don't know how they do it. I don't know how they actually do any reselling.
Well, they're kind of doing it well.
Yeah, it's like a pack and ship show.
Yeah. Oh, ship show.
A real ship
ship
show.
That's actually a good idea for a live show name. Someone's had to have done that
Ship
by now,
show,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good name,
Weekly
right?
ship show.
I actually stumbled upon a very good idea. Go ahead and steal it, folks.
Steal it.
I'm not
Oh,
gonna do it.
we're looking at you,
I
Ray.
had a
We're looking at
idea
you.
on-
National Flippers, go ahead and take that.
Take the
I know you're going
weekly.
to either way, so.
Why do you steal everything, Ray? Why do you
Ray,
do that?
if you ever have a good YouTube idea, just go check Ray's channel out like 3 days later.
Yeah, say it aloud, and then you can see it come to life.
And then Ray will have it on his
Kevin
channel.
wanted us to talk about the Nude Men of Reselling calendar.
Yes, there's a new
Nude?
Nude, yeah, the nude one.
Men of Reselling calendar
Yeah,
that just
yeah.
came out. Yeah, 12 months in a year. I just found out.
Yeah, that's the thing.
12 months.
The weird thing about the Nude Men of Resellers is only Kevin.
It's only Kevin.
He's making it.
So
It's
here's the
all
truth.
him.
There's a studs of reseller, very tame,
Oh,
PG, maybe
Kevin was
PG-13 calendar of studs of reselling, which of course I'm in. Dave was offered,
And I declined.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Nobody offered
Nobody approached
anything.
Kevin for that, and Kevin. He bought himself a sponsorship. The premier, I think, $100 or $1,000.
Dude, I think he spent $1,000
$1,000
On what?
to sponsor this calendar.
Kevin needed
So like
a
when
tax
you get
write-off
it,
is what I'm
he must have needed a
understanding.
tax write-off because when you get it, it's gonna say like "Men of Reselling," sponsored by Commonwealth Picker, right on the front. Right on the front, it's gonna
Well,
say.
he's that jaded. He had to throw his name on there.
$1,000. He spent $1,000.
Well, I guess it's better than having a picture.
Should we check? Maybe. Well, oh yeah, like Carrie. Well, the reason I said no to it was because of the didn't want to do it problem.
No, I didn't
What
want
do
to
you
do
mean?
it.
Yeah, like just
But
because I'm so.
I know myself. I was going to procrastinate it, but thankfully,
Well, if you see his picture, I came up with the idea.
Don
He
came up
wanted
with the
to just-
idea
yeah.
and helped with the costume.
It's kind of funny.
Well, that was kind of the problem. Like, if it was just like a picture of my face, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. But it was like they were asking you to actually put effort in and like
Yeah.
do something.
But they weren't necessarily
themed.
risque at all.
But yours kind of was
Mine
risque.
was a little risque, but most of them, some of them were just like people chilling.
Yeah.
Like not even
I
giving
tried-
you like blue steel look or nothing.
I just tried Googling the Men of Reselling calendar, and it's just a bunch of
Well,
hot
if you
men
want
with
to
no
see
shirt on.
Harry
Definitely not the right one.
Tornado's chest.
Yeah, Harry.
Oh, is he
Tornado.
shirtless in
Yeah,
it?
he does show
Well,
some chest hair.
his shirt.
He has his shirt opened, where
Okay.
you can see parts of his pectorals.
I guess
Or
we can put a
lack
link
thereof.
down. We can put a link. We can put a link down there below.
You
if
can
guys wanna
understand
get
why
it.
he's called Harry Tornado
Well, and-
because he has a mountain of chest hair.
Dawn
Does he
asked me-
really?
Yeah, he has a lot of chest hair. It's kind of aggressive.
I didn't even look. I'm sorry.
He probably drew it on with a marker. Let's be real. He's got the Sharpie. He's like, Haley, can
He
you give
probably
me?
had that surgery. He has enough money at this point from selling out massively.
You think he got plugs? Chest
I
hair
wouldn't
plugs?
be surprised.
Ew.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, that's probably what he did. That could be why
I
he
bet
asked
you
me
he-
to send
I bet
him
you-
some leg hair.
Yeah, I bet you he only paid a penny for it too.
So you heard it here first. Josh Harry Tornado's chest is full of my leg hair from hair plugs.
Guys, go ahead and
So-
share that. If you can comment that.
Let him know.
His videos. Nice.
Nice
Leg hair.
Dave's leg
Dave's
hair
leg
on your
hair.
chest.
Yeah, just comment it randomly on one of his an old video from like 3
I
years
was like
ago.
I was like a real troll when I was like a teenager, and
Oh,
I would
yeah.
pull out
You
my
guys-
leg hair,
yeah.
and I would put it on urinals. How's that for just
Why
a
would you
That's
do
weird.
that?
Because then it would look like a really filthy urinal
We had a
covered in
game.
pubes.
We had a game where we would go to a. We had a
Why
game where.
do men do this?
Yeah, that's a
What
good
is
one.
going on?
That's a good one. We had a game where we would go to the grocery store and lay flat on the ground until somebody came up to see if we were okay.
Okay.
And that was the game.
Just like scaring.
It was before the internet, really. It was before
Yeah.
YouTube, so we were easily entertained.
Yeah, it was a different time, Dawn. You just don't
guess
understand.
so.
You didn't do anything like that. You didn't put
Rip out my
things-
leg hair and throw it on toilet seats? No, I didn't.
That
I
wasn't
passed
your
that.
thing.
No,
Okay.
no.
You know, I saw someone put it on Instagram, but it was like a sign they had found in a bathroom, and it's like a guy like hovering, like sitting on a toilet properly, and then next to it there's a guy like doing the hover thing
Ew.
on the toilet, like
Yeah.
up, and then there shows poop, like obviously it's a drawing, but like poop like shooting towards the wall,
Yeah.
and it's got like a circle with a line through it, like don't do it that way, like that's not how you're supposed to poop.
Yeah, that's
You're supposed to sit on the toilet and get the
That's true.
poop in the toilet.
No, yeah, or one of
And
in
the-
the lower or upper decker. You don't
Wow.
want it inside of the.
I thought this was a reselling.
And well, listen,
podcast.
and
I
Dawn,
don't know
we
what's
are talking
happening.
about
the comment.
Pooping?
That's part of life.
you poop
Reselling
when you
is life.
resell, yeah. Well, anyways, the comment on that picture was what happened to make the need for that sign to even exist.
I feel like it's had to
what was the
happen
chain of
more than
events?
once. It's
yeah.
not like a one-time
Yeah.
thing, then you need a sign. And I think 2 times it isn't enough. It has to
No.
be like 4 to 5 times
4 to
before you
5.
need a sign.
Dude, I used to work at the movie theater, and every single Friday night I was cleaning poop off the wall, and I always just wondered,
What?
like, how is
Why?
the poop getting on the wall?
In the men's section?
In the
or
men's room,
women's?
I found it in both because I had to clean both, but men's was more often in that
I
scenario.
mean, like,
so
it's kind of inspiring in a way, though, because like how?
yeah.
How?
Well, there also was
Sometimes
like
you think something can't be done, and then it can.
and they do it. Yeah, they cross the boundary, the barrier. They overcome the challenge,
Exactly.
the hurdle.
It's letting you know that if
Yeah.
you have dreams, and even though they seem unobtainable, they can be obtained.
The show's bad
And-
without Kevin, huh?
Yeah, no, it's not a good show in general. Well, remember when we first started this podcast before
Yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
mooched on us and
Yeah.
tried to get a piece of the cake? The pie, as the kids say.
The pie cake, yeah.
The pie cake.
want some
We actually
cake.
talked about reselling. We didn't talk about poop that much because we were timid.
Yeah, we were a little timid. Yo, okay, so
Why
at the
are you
same
talking about poop?
Dawn, listen,
I
at
don't know why we-
the same movie theater, these teenage kids had this habit of like they thought it was funny to pee on the floor. So you'd go in
What?
there by the end of Friday night, like it was just a puddle of urine all over the floor. And I guess that this could be a PSA. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do it, guys.
Don't do that, guys.
I know you're thinking about doing it.
If you're thinking about doing it,
Just
don't do
I
it.
mean, but also it's a free country. You can do it if you want.
you're able to, and we
Yeah,
support your freedom
we support
to do
you
that.
doing it, but it's-
remember when you're doing
we'd rather
that,
you
that
didn't.
somebody who's not paid enough.
It's paying $7.25 an hour is what I made there.
$7.25. Yeah, back when I started
$7.25.
working before in the intermittent times when I wasn't fired, like when I had the
The
job,
non-fired times.
I was getting minimum wage, and I was raking it in. Let's
Yeah.
just say hundreds of
See,
dollars a week.
unlike Carrie, Dawn actually can hold down a job. So,
Yeah.
what was your past job, Dawn?
All of them, or just like,
All of them.
Give us
In
three.
order.
Three past jobs. Your three favorite.
3 favorite jobs.
oh, 3 favorites?
Yes, three favorite.
Reseller.
No.
No, before
That's not a
reselling.
job.
Before reselling.
It isn't a job. Correct.
It's not a job.
Not a job.
Plumber, pipe fitter. Of course, I did that for 15 years. I like factory worker. I really like that.
Yeah.
And then
Weren't you a waitress? A terrible waitress?
I'm not. I can't. No, I was a horrible waitress. I just.
Okay, we're back. Sorry, issues. Okay, third favorite job. Did you think of it yet?
I'm not gonna
outta
say
here.
favorite, but really the only one I can remember. Made. But I've
Made,
never
okay.
worked fast food ever.
I've worked at every one of them.
I never
okay.
worked once.
So, plumber. Did you do a lot of like poop stuff?
No, most.
Back to the important questions.
No, but
You're
I'll
a
tell.
plumber.
Now let me tell you what though. Most of the time, I worked at a place called Intel where they make chips.
Yes, heard of it.
And I did stainless steel orbital welding and
I could do that, by the
detailing and stuff like that.
could
So
also do that.
it was
Wow.
a clean room experience. So that place was so clean and very safe. But there was jobs that I did do some renos, which is renovations.
Yeah.
And we did the state government building in Salt Lake. It was just me and a journeyman. I was still an apprentice at the time. And we had to remove existing toilet lines. And
Wow.
Poo
let me
tubes,
just tell
as
you this.
They say in the
I
business.
opened it up and it was all like dust and
Yeah,
all kind
dust.
of old, and it literally just flew right in my face. And I go, I got all this dirt in my face. He goes, honey, that's not dirt.
It was poop, guys. It was
And
poop.
then once she got her first,
We laughed because I was having a meltdown.
shortly after you got your first fix, you found Carrie to provide even more.
Yeah, sure. Yes. Sure.
I'll tell you another gross one.
Okay.
They also have I guess they're what they're injectors or whatever. The ones that when the
Poo injectors?
the poo accumulates down in the tank and it spins it up and chops it up and everything like that.
It's like
it was
Like
clogged.
the Ron Pompeo thing that he used to sell?
It was clogged, and they pull them up, and they're big giant spinners like this.
Chop-o-matic?
Anyway, yeah. And so there was like people had flushed down wipes and just
Yeah, all sorts of
so
stuff.
there was somebody's underwear was in
Oh,
it.
you found my underwear.
And they couldn't get it out, so they're kind of trying to spray it down to get it kind of cleaned off, and they couldn't get them off. And I just went in there. I just jumped right in there with a pair of channel locks and took that
grabbed the
underwear
poopy underwear
yeah,
out.
I didn't
Ugh.
even care.
So-
Everyone's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Getting it off."
I would last. Well, let's be honest. I wouldn't even have made it to as far as you did
Yeah.
because you have to have some technical skills to be a plumber pipe fitter,
Yeah.
which I have none of.
You should have seen him trying to change a tire.
Yeah, I did.
We
Didn't
gave
even
him
know what it was.
Yeah, we gave him the
Tire iron.
wrench
Yeah,
to just
the-
tighten it, and he's like, I don't know what to
the
do. I
shiny
don't know.
fancy thing.
He's like
Shiny
stressed
fancy
out.
thing.
He's like freaking
I was
out.
like talking into it. I was like, "Surrey, fix my tire. Surrey, fix my tire."
Oh my gosh.
I feel like any human in the world, if you hand them a tire iron, like something to actually screw something on, they can look at it and they can kind of get there
Figure it
mentally.
out.
Yeah, they can just like. But
agree.
Carrie didn't do it. Like
No. But
he
here-
couldn't do it.
Like I knew you were there, and I knew Don was there, so
Yeah.
I just kind of like
Helpless by choice.
No,
they
but
call
like
that.
also to be fair, like, do you guys want me doing it?
If you can do a good job.
Do you think I can do a good
He's got
job?
a point.
Do you guys think he could do a good job? Look how angry he is about this.
No, but I'm just saying, like, Dawn would be like so stressed out if I was doing it.
It
She'd
sounds
be
like
is that on?
It sounds
She
like
would
what we have
redo
here,
it.
guys.
Yeah.
Tell me if you disagree. Is a lack of confidence. Carrie doesn't have the confidence. Look at how avidly he believes he would fail.
Oh yeah.
Let him know in the comments that he
I
can
would
do
fail.
it, that he can succeed
definitely
if he
fail.
puts his mind to it. Get motivated,
I want to
bro.
learn. Look, I am motivated. Okay, I'm the #1 Pinterest
Number one
reseller.
stunner.
Yeah, I'm the #1 reseller on Pinterest, except for the
true.
people who have more followers.
That's true, yeah. Dawn, plumbing is a good paying job.
It is.
So you left plumbing to sell?
I did.
Wow, that's
Junk.
That's cool. To sell garbage, sell
So
people's
literal
trash,
other
garbage.
people's trash.
and turn it into cash. I mean, that's kind of cool. Is that just like a desire to be your own boss, like a freedom kind of thing?
Yeah, I guess I was a union member, so we had great benefits and all that stuff, so everything was good that way. I just was sick of,
Were you fully vested in like a pension of some
Yeah,
sort?
I have a pension.
So that you still get to keep, right?
I get to keep that.
And when does that start paying out?
I'm not gaining any more money yet, because you have to work a certain
Yeah.
amount of hours to get it towards that year. You have to be, I think it was 62.
Okay.
But you can take it earlier at 55, which is what I was going to do if I would have worked till I was 55. I would have just took it
Okay.
with a big loss, like a 40% loss,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't have cared because I was reselling, but we just started it sooner.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool. But you didn't take it out yet. You do have to wait.
Oh,
till
no,
you're-
I have
yeah.
to, I'm going to wait now.
62 is when
Yeah.
you're going to start taking it
Well,
out.
if
Cool.
you take it out when you're 60, it was barely a loss of like $100 a month.
Okay, so maybe do it when
So,
you're 60.
yeah.
Yeah. That'll be good because then Carrie can continue to not work. I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's the #1 goal.
I've been
here.
Yeah, pretty
Retired
much
pretty
hasn't
much.
worked
Yeah.
since we've been
I've
together.
been pretty much retired my whole life, if I think about it. Here's the
What?
thing, guys.
What'd you say?
I've been pretty much always retired. I never really tired to retire from that. You know what I mean?
So Dawn, I saw this TikTok. I'm sure you've seen it. It's pretty viral where like a lot of these ladies are getting interviewed and they're saying, what do you like? What height does a man need to be? They were single ladies, right?
Yeah.
What height? You've seen this.
Yes.
What height does a man need to be for you to be interested? And she's like, well, it's got to be at least 6 feet, right? They do like 10 girls in a row. They all say 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, and what does a man need to make really to like win your heart? Like you want him to make a good
much
living.
money does
How
he
much
need?
money, right? And every girl was like, at least 100K. At least 100K.
Oh, really?
100K plus. I mean, and they say it like so passively, like 100K would be okay, I guess. Like,
Passable.
yeah, like passable. And at the end of the interview, he's like, well, a $100,000 earner, 6 feet tall, that's about 1% of the actual men in the United States. Like, and they're always like, what? And so, but all this to say, Dawn's got a different standard, right? She wanted someone who makes no
That's
money,
notable,
who's
yeah.
5'7". That was her goal.
First
in life.
off, 5'9.5", 5'10", really.
With lifts on.
No,
Go on.
With my Skechers on. But also, when she met me, I had, to be fair, I done fooled her a bit. No, I'm just kidding. I had my business. I was an
Yeah.
auctioneer. I had my store, my like 3,000 square foot store.
Well, this is again us getting motivational, right? There's
Yeah.
so many guys out there who may be single and they're like, oh,
have
girls'
a store.
expectations are too high.
Yeah.
There's girls who are out there who are not so materialistic,
Yeah.
like Dawn.
Yeah.
So thank you, Dawn,
yes.
for seeing through all his infamous flaws.
It's all personality.
I also believe in a lot of charity work.
She's a very charitable person.
Yeah, no, seriously, we're not trying to be mean to Carrie. It's
You
just
are,
that we agreed
I knew this was going to
ahead
happen
of the
without
show.
Kevin here. I was going to be the new Kevin.
We made an agreement. Me and Dawn made an agreement that we would be bashing Carrie this
It's
show.
fair. It's easy target,
Yeah,
though. I mean,
yeah.
you guys are not. I mean, Dave.
Yeah.
Dave's more like you got to be around him to really understand.
His flaws, yeah.
Yeah, just
a
the
lot of flaws.
coarseness, the smell, just the lack of what is it,
Underpants?
emotional and intellectual intelligence.
Oh, Patreon.
Ah, yeah.
Dude, we have a Patreon, guys.
Yes, we do, guys.
And we have like some super fan subscribers that we
Our
love
major
very
fans.
much. Yeah,
They are
very
way
much.
overpaying us for doing this, and we're going to try. to
They're
remove all the
awesome,
names.
and we're gonna try. Yeah, okay, Biscuit Butt. We
Biscuit
don't have
Butt,
it written
you gotta
down.
say it, Dog.
Biscuit butt? You
Biscuit
said
butt?
you were going to whisper them.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
whisper
gonna
it.
whisper
Whisper
to
it.
Dawn.
Okay, whisper
Hey.
it. He's gonna whisper it.
Razak
No,
resell.
reset. Raise.
Oh, raise heck
Reset.
resell.
It's normal now. Do it right.
Raise heck resell.
We did it. We did it, guys. We got him. I don't know the
Is
rest.
that
No, there's a bunch more. I just don't remember their names.
is
No, I'm
there-
just kidding. I remember their names. It's
Yeah, I think
You guys should know.
Clint Howard, right? Brother of Ron Howard's one of our Patreons.
I don't know. I don't know.
Clint Howard. Shout out to Clint
I don't
Howard.
have my computer. I can't. Okay, wait.
I
Let me
can
actually
look.
try to think. Let me actually try to
Oh,
think.
no.
I'm gonna look. I mean,
Well,
I think
Dave,
Parker
yes,
County
you
Picker.
know.
Parker
right?
Counter-
Is that
yeah.
right?
Parker
County
Counter.
Picker.
Parker Counter Picker.
Parker on the counter picker.
Parker Counter Picker.
Parker counter picker?
Yes.
Yeah, we just said it twice though. Like she doesn't need to say it after we say it twice. Okay, so thank you guys. All
Thank you,
our
and everybody else.
Oh, Bling-a-ding-dings.
Bling-a-ding-ding.
Or her husband,
Sales for
Tony. Sales
who's
by
putting me
Tony.
through torture on a monthly
Yeah.
basis.
I thought you guys had something to talk about. We were talking about it at the restaurant. You guys were going to bring up.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right. We were
yeah.
going to talk about
As a-
something. ABC
Oh.
Matt? No?
Yeah, we were
Maybe
going to
not.
talk about
I don't
being
know.
a Walmart content
Barber
creator.
shop? A
Yeah.
Walmart
What
content
are you
creator.
talking-
No, I said I didn't want to give away my information to Walmart, and you said that you're a Walmart content creator guy now.
Yeah, so I am. So Walmart has
This
a
is
content
weird.
creator program.
Yeah, well,
And they have
pay you
accepted
money.
me as a content
But
creator.
they wanted like my
To
logins.
do what?
So that's not clear, Don. That's not clear.
Just
I'm
want
not.
your login.
I'm
They
not
want you
sure.
to be a Walmart
Here's-
greeter?
I think I've got to go to the store once a month and greet people as a content. I mean, I think they're going to give me $6
There's
an
a
hour.
demand in
$6
Burbank.
an hour.
There's at least one person around here who knows who you are.
Yeah,
What's the place that's giving you free chicken if you work their drive-through?
Oh, I don't know.
Zaxby's,
No, what's the one that you like?
Bojangles, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
It was like
Really?
6. You get 6.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah,
spicy
you can choose to
chickens.
make food and get food instead of a payment. I think.
An
now.
hour, I think it was.
6 spicy chickens an hour. That's
Yeah.
actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Those
not
are normally like $4, so that's like a good wage.
That's like $24 an hour in food.
You're gonna work for chicken?
But that means they're actually.
But
only
how
paying you
long do those
$6.
employees live? Like eating 6 spicy chickens an
Yeah.
hour? Like you're gonna lose a lot of
Exactly.
employees to death.
Yeah.
Sadly.
They're
Yeah.
always out there in the elements. What's the deal
Billy's
with that?
dead. He had 46 spicy chicken sandwiches
What's the
today.
deal with this? Why can't they just use the regular drive-through window? Why do they have to stand outside in like one of those plastic boxes so they don't get rained on, so they can get your order?
I have this theory, guys. I have this theory that at Chick-fil-A, that whole drive-through spiel that they do is actually not faster. It's all
I
just
bet
a farce.
We talked about this. It's true.
Like I'm not convinced that it's faster at all. So, but no, with the Walmart creator, I'm still trying to find the other stinking names here. With the Walmart creator program, basically the problem, the reason Carrie didn't sign up is because you have to give them your login for TikTok.
I'm not doing that.
And I did,
Oh, yeah.
and I didn't even care. And it said allows you to post, but I don't. Whatever. TikTok's dumb anyways, so who cares? I don't care.
Dave is upset with TikTok right
I
now
am,
because
I am.
he's not giving the people what they want.
I'm not.
You got to start it. Here's the TikTok rule, and I'll get into content creation because some people like that. The key to TikTok is the hook. It's the hook. So you want to start a TikTok
Right
like this.
hook.
This is the perfect TikTok right here. Let me tell you the perfect TikTok.
Okay, do it.
I just found a $10,000 item for $1 at this yard sale, and that's your hook. But you're walking towards a yard sale, right? Can you imagine this?
Okay.
There is a person in the background dragging someone who's been murdered off the screen. So it's got intrigue. It's got intrigue. Like, was that somebody murdered? But we don't
Okay.
mention it. So we've got intrigue, and then
Okay.
we've got but I also want to know how he got a $10,000 item. And then this is the thing, I didn't.
Oh.
And then they rewatch it again and wonder.
They're
he
like,
didn't
but
even
wait,
show anything.
yeah, they're like, wait, what is the $10,000
It's a
item?
10,000 thing, and then
they go back and they're like, oh, it's
they
nothing.
keep rewatching because they want to know what's going on in the background there.
So here's maybe part of
you
the
guys
problem.
can use that.
Use that idea. Nashville Flipper.
Yeah, Ray,
I mean,
if
he's
you
gonna
want
have
to.
to commit a murder.
No,
but
don't actually. It's fake. You guys, all you have to do is set up a fake yard sale like Commonwealth Picker or Froggy Flips. That's all you have to do.
Why? These are quite wild accusations. Okay,
It's a joke. It's a
accusations.
joke. It's a joke.
Dan in demand? No, he's not one. Okay, I found like a list. Harbor Shop. Does that sound right?
No.
No. Okay.
But hey, I hope you're doing well, Harbor Shop. I don't want to talk about you anymore until you've upped the amount that you're paying us. It's a joke. It's a joke because we can't even have more.
You know, I can always just put it in post. You know,
We'll
I'll
put it
just
in post.
I'll
There
just
you
like
go.
come in and I'll say it right now. Ready? Go, Dave. Okay, so we did it.
I'll just mouth stuff,
Yeah, mouth stuff.
and you just voice over it.
Dude, I got soup dumplings, Don.
Huh?
I got some soup dumplings the other
Where?
day. Here, there's there's a place.
It's just like
with
in my
soup
pocket.
dumplings. In my pocket. I got
I
some.
have
soup
some in the
dumplings.
drawer over
I got
there.
some. Oh, okay. Walmart Creator Program. Walmart Creator Program. It seems to me to be an affiliate program.
Okay.
Literally
For
just
what?
affiliate
What are they
links.
trying to get them to do?
Buy stuff from Walmart.com.
Yeah.
Are they reselling stuff on Walmart.com?
No, it's like, hey, you know what I love? I love padded envelopes, and then you
Yeah.
put a link for Walmart's padded envelopes.
Down below is my padded envelope link.
Why they cost too
You know
much?
what I love stainless steel garbage cans,
Yeah.
and then you put that in there.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
know what
You
I love?
basically shout their
Do you know
whole
what I love?
store,
I
and you
I
make
love
money.
really cheap fishing
Yeah.
gear.
It's not as cool as I thought. I was hoping I'd be able to like upload videos to it.
Dude,
and
that'd
stuff,
be so
but
cool to be like one of the
on
biggest.
Walmart.
Like, I saw you on Walmart.
I downloaded the Walmart.
I'm talking about the
app,
Home
yeah.
Depot thing. It's gonna happen.
cool.
There's gonna be one of these big box stores
Yeah.
that's gonna allow you to, for some random reason, like probably a glitch. Like they didn't mean it to be used this way, but people are gonna start creating content. I don't think the people who started TikTok, ByteDance, whoever they are, expected just random middle-aged men to start talking about stuff they found at garage sales on their app.
Yeah, you're probably right, but maybe they did. I don't know.
Maybe that was the whole plan.
Yeah. I don't know.
Fans only. I think
Fans
you guys should
only.
do
Fans
one.
only, yeah.
Seriously, no,
Fans
but
only.
just like
Yeah.
you're.
Reselling content on there?
I'm not kidding. I told him that.
Just
You
like-
should
People do that?
A what's sold, but you're naked?
No, not sexual. No, it wouldn't have to be. You know what I'm saying? I bet you.
Oh, like you do feet finders and you're showing your finds with your feet.
Yeah, like, oh, I sold this, and you hold up your
Who's
feet.
gonna want that? after
No,
you
there's
put your
people
feet
who
all
want.
over
People
it?
are making. Ask half the people
I
here in
sold this iPhone.
half the people here in California are making a living on feetfinder.com. Half of the people.
Feet
One out of
Finder?
every two people you see walking down the street, especially at night, the
Oh.
NPCs.
The NPCs, that's what I wanted to talk
What's
about.
that?
Yeah. Non-playable characters. Okay, so last night we went to dinner and we went to a movie and we saw the
menu.
The menu. It was a
It
weird
was
movie.
an uplifting movie.
It was weird.
Oh my
about
gosh.
food lovers.
Yeah, totally. Totally uplifting. But on the way home, we walked by a bunch of NPCs, non-playable characters. What that means is just like people in a moment doing a task. They didn't seem to be affected by our existence, our
Yeah.
talking or walking
Yeah,
by
they
them.
didn't care.
And they were just doing really random things repetitively. Like,
Yeah.
we went, there was some palm tree, right? And there's
Yeah.
this guy holding a stick, and he's just going back and forth on
This
the
is
palm
like
tree.
11:30
like this.
at night, guys.
Yeah, 11:30 at
Not
night.
the time where you're sharpening a stick on a palm
Yeah, he's
tree.
like sharpening a stick on. Anyways, our camera's overheated. But what we're saying is there's this guy,
Yes.
and he's just rubbing this stick on a tree, right?
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah,
As you
and
do.
we walk by a little further, and there's this like bus bench.
Yeah.
People are on the bus bench, and they're like snuggling like this,
Yeah.
like head on each other, like kind of just back and forth rocking a little bit.
Yep.
Didn't notice our existence.
But
Didn't say
even-
anything.
Yeah, didn't look up nothing. Like we weren't even there.
That's
It's
twice.
almost like we were NPCs in their game.
Yeah, maybe. And then
Yeah.
we keep going, and there's like this guy with a backpack sitting down, or he's
Yeah.
leaning up against a wall,
He's
or
leaning
sitting
up
down.
against a wall.
Leaning up against a wall, just like looking out. Didn't talk.
It was
Didn't
like
say anything. Just
It was kind of like an unusual amount of people to be out on a street at
Yeah.
the time that we were walking.
and then we
just
keep
sitting
walking,
there,
and
yeah.
I think we had one more backpack guy
Yeah.
sitting down
Yeah.
on a hill, and then we got this guy who's like, there's this big pole.
Oh, the pillar
Okay, a
one.
pillar, and he's, we're walking on this side of the pillar. He's
leaning.
behind the pillar, leaning like this with his head down, like this. He's wearing a hoodie. You can't see him. Not talking to anybody, just like standing up against the pillar like this as we walk by. And that one, yeah, he was like a little scary. I thought he might turn around and like knife us or
At
something.
this point, I
but-
was sprinting.
Yeah, it
By
was weird.
sprinting, I mean, I was kind of hobbling. I was
Yeah.
hobbling at a faster pace.
Yeah, I thought it was really weird. That was a weird occurrence.
It was just like a weird string of people, and
Yeah.
and it wasn't even people. It was just like activities too. It was. I think it was just we were on edge because we saw the guy sharpening the stick.
We also, yeah, that was weird, but we
That
also
was-
just saw a movie with like some death and stuff.
Yeah, we just saw. Yeah, the
terrible.
menu, guys. If you haven't seen the menu, I give the very obvious tire ratings they give to all fancy restaurants.
Yeah, I don't know why they
I don't know
rate
why
it
they
based
base it on
tires.
tires, but they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, that'll make you in a weird mood. That'll put you in a weird mood after watching the menu.
It's
So
a cooking show.
it's a cooking show. It's basically like Hell's Kitchen, but
or World's
but what Gordon
Best
Ramsay is
Recipes
thinking.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah,
World's Best
Nobody's
Recipes. That's a
watching
great
that,
cooking
yeah.
channel. Yeah, no one is watching it anymore, and I've got to record some when I get home next. Yeah, I'm gonna get home. I've got
what
this
are-
week
What's your
off.
next thing?
Yeah, what's your next foods?
I'd like to do. What did we see last night when we were walking down that thing? It was like a Mexican dish.
Oh, hello, like the gummies? Or
no,
what?
no. Next to it, it was like world's best.
Tamales.
I've never done that. That could be
Tamales
fun.
are amazing.
Yeah,
you should do
that'd
that.
be
That'll
fun.
be fun to make from
Yeah,
scratch.
I've never even eaten one, so
think
that
you
would
should
make it
do
really
like-
You
interesting.
what? You haven't had a tamale? Oh
No.
my goodness!
I think you should do like world's best like chili
Foot
Fritos.
fungus? Chili Fritos?
Yeah.
I say donuts. You still haven't
Yeah,
made
world's
those.
best donuts.
Time to make the
Yeah.
donuts, guy.
Time to
Oh,
make the
gosh.
donuts, yeah.
World's best like quesadilla. I love quesadillas.
I already
That's
did
too
that.
easy.
Clearly not a fan.
Yeah, well, you did that
He
already.
clearly doesn't watch my channel, guys. Clearly.
You should do world's best and
know why, but
stroganoff.
I'm
beef
sad
Have you
now.
stroganoff.
baked bread?
No, I haven't baked
World's
bread.
best corned beef hash.
I could do a pot roast. That would
Pot
be
roast.
something.
That's
Yeah,
not what I
pot roast
said,
is
but yes.
universal. You were thinking it. You just didn't know you were thinking it. So we're gonna go to the card shop. Carrie is very
Is it
excited.
time? What
Yes.
time is it?
Yes, we're gonna go to the. I don't know
Almost
how. I don't know.
closed.
Dave's like weirdly excited about going to the card shop because I've said
I'm
I'll
not.
go tomorrow, and Don doesn't mind waiting. I don't want to make you wait, but he wants. I think he just wants to make fun of me at the card shop.
I mean, I'm not the kind of
He wants
person
to
who would
make
make fun of
footage.
someone ever.
he wants content. He wants to use me for content
Yeah.
when I'm in my happy place, when I'm in my zen zone. When
Can we hear
Your
like?
Zen zone?
I want to hear Carrie's biggest quit of a job, like the most boisterous, loud. Like I feel like a lot of his quits were just not showing up.
No,
Like
you know my personality. I tried to like quit without them getting mad at me. So I remember vividly Olive Garden. I was a waiter, not a good waiter. I dropped drinks on several of people.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way: I was good with the people. Like people
Yeah.
generally liked me.
That's
But,
weird,
like,
but okay.
The job portion of it, like getting the food
Which
to
one
them.
was this? Oh, the
Olive
waiter?
Garden.
Oh.
The actual job, getting the food to them safely and on time. You know, I was average at best.
How
Yeah.
many did you dump?
It was only a couple. I'm exaggerating, but I was good with the social skills. We were good. We were always joking.
You're good. Social.
Yeah, so that was
for
pretty
sure.
good. But I wanted to quit because I don't know. I just didn't feel like working anymore. I don't
yeah.
know.
And how did you quit though? You just said I
No,
would like to quit,
I
sir.
literally typed up a letter, printed it, and I put it in the door of the double door of the Olive Garden at like 6 a.m. Because I like
You
didn't-
were up at 6 in the
'cause
morning?
I don't know. It was
That's
before
a
they
lie.
opened. It's probably
That's-
10:59. I don't know what it was, or it's probably 11 p.m. It's probably more like it. Honestly, it probably
Say, that's
was.
not a
Yeah.
true
And I
story.
put that in there because I didn't want to call them, and you couldn't really text back then because it was like 2009. I guess you could have, but that wasn't normal. So I just left a note. Like
What did the note say? Like,
just
screw
like-
you guys, I'm going home.
Just like,
Him?
thank you.
Dearest
opportunity.
employer.
Thank you. Who's whatever company, holding company that's because they have Olive Garden and Red Lobster. If you didn't know, they're owned by the same person. So
Well-
when you have diarrhea at either one of those places, you can blame the same holding company.
That's nice. I think that it almost never makes sense to actually do the fantasy quit.
Yeah.
Like everyone's got the fantasy quit where it's like, oh, one day I'm going to quit and I'm going to be like, screw you, take your job and shove it. That sort of
actually
I've done
get
that.
assertive once at one job. I was working at Singular before they were, I think, AT&T. So
What'd
this
you
is
do?
back in the day. I was trying to sell people phones sell people cell phones over the phone in like 2008. And I remember this guy was like a kind of a smarmy, kind of like a, can I say douchey?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, dude. And like he was telling us that we were getting Christmas off. I remember this. And like certain holidays off in December. And then he told us later that we had to make up those days. And I actually confronted him and I was like, if we're getting the days
Sir,
off, if
don't
we're getting
do
the
that.
days off,
Such a
I'm like,
jerk.
if we're getting the days off, we shouldn't have to make them up.
That makes sense. That's logical.
And then they fired me, and their excuse was I was always 1 to 2 to 3 hours late to my shift.
Were you?
Technically. Did I start work at 9 and get there at
Oh my
11?
God,
Oftentimes. Why?
Oh.
Because they let me.
I've
What?
never gotten fired
Me
from a
neither.
job. Have you done?
I've been fired
Okay.
twice.
Okay.
Both from telemarketing places.
Oh, I worked at one of those places for one night, and at the end of the night, I did my whole shift, handed my headset, I'm like, I'm not coming back. He's like, understood. It's just like,
I did telemarketing too.
I did
horrible.
that twice.
The
and both
worst
times
job
I
ever.
told somebody to F off.
yeah, it's a
I couldn't
really bad
take it.
job. Because everyone,
My favorite telemarketing calls were when they went on tangents. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you would talk to people and they would just go off on a tangent. That wasn't always unpleasant. Like one time, I was selling Living Scriptures, which is like a Book of Mormon cartoon series and Bible cartoon series. And this one guy told me about like Noah's Ark was like a spaceship or something, and he went on for like 45 minutes.
Wow.
And it was actually very interesting. I just, but it was really interesting, and also I was getting paid to listen. So I was like, yeah. And I just listened.
Tell me more.
I don't remember the details, but there's probably a book on it somewhere. But it was fascinating, and I got
Okay. Well, I've quit jobs. The weirdest one was when I quit because the manager, it was a lady manager, kept grabbing my butt. That was the one.
What?
Yeah, I was like 18 years old, still like senior year of high school.
That's weird.
And when I'd be at work, like she would just constantly grab my butt. And like then she'd yell at me and stuff, so she was like kind of abusive.
Yeah,
like
the
she'd
early
scream at
2000s
me,
were a weird
then
time.
she'd grab my butt, and I just ended up quitting because I was like a little weirded out by it.
That is a little
so.
weird. That's like something
How
that's
old
not
was she?
normal.
She was like 55, 60,
Oh.
that age range, and just.
I remember my mom used to work at a place called. Wait, just listen. It's going somewhere. worked at a place called Xerox, or no, she worked at Xerox, then she worked at this college. And the person that was the dean of the college, this was before Stevens Hinniger, she worked at a different one, and she had a big bag of He-Man toys for me. It was like 1988, 1989. And she made me kiss her on the cheek, and I could not do it. Like, I was scared, because I was a little kid. I didn't know.
Who was this?
How old were you?
The older, like, she was like a grandma lady. I don't know. She was
But
sweet.
how old were you?
I was like 5 or 6.
Oh.
And then I got, no, it was sweet. It wasn't anything weird.
That's not.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it like
weird.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just
it
meant.
sound like you were 15 and
No. I was a little kid. No, guys, I didn't. That's not the angle I'm taking with it. What I'm trying to say is I was a kid and I didn't want to kiss anybody as a little kid. I wanted He-Man toys.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I did, and I got a bag of He-Man toys.
So you're saying that that's your best flip? One kiss
might
for a
be.
bunch of
Yeah,
vintage
I
He-Man
didn't sell. I
toys.
think I
Doesn't
lost them all.
work anymore.
That's not
I think I
bad.
lost them all.
You didn't save any of them?
No, I don't know what happened.
Do
to
you
them.
have a lot of toys still at your mom's house?
I have a few.
Like you go
all
in
my
there?
toys, I will never sell any of the toys I grew up with because they all have, and you know this, they all have like a little notch.
Doesn't sound like a reseller.
No, but they all have my dad when I was a kid.
Okay.
I always brought my toys over to my friends' houses, and you know when you have friends and you bring all your toys together,
Yeah.
some end up
Some.
with your friend and you
Oh
lose them.
yeah, or if they have a double, you end up
then-
taking his home and his. has a
Apparently,
broken
my
arm.
dad was paying attention to me not bringing home enough toys. I didn't know any better, and then he started notching the feet so he could prove that they were
like
mine.
Andy on the bottom
Yeah,
of Woody
exactly.
and Buzz. Yeah.
So
okay.
any toy I have of mine that has a notched foot, I would never. $1
Yeah.
million. Okay,
Sentimental value.
I would do it for $1 million. For a couple hundred, I mean, I would sell it if I got market value. To be honest. I'm just kidding.
my
I
God.
wouldn't sell them. I wouldn't sell them. It was $1 million.
My dad
would
is-
understand.
Million?
My dad would be cool with that.
My dad is super sentimental about stuff, like to the point where it's ridiculous. Like it's stuff that has like no value at
Yeah.
all, and he'll just be like, "That's worth like $1,000." But like, Dad, it's not. And so he's been trying to sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and he puts it up there, and he always puts it up at way too much money because it was his dad's or something, right?
Alan.
And yeah, he puts it up at way too much money, and then he's like, "Dave, no one is messaging me about this or this or this." I'm like, "Well, what do you got priced at?" And I'm like, "Well, it's not worth that." He's like, "Yeah, it is. Super rare." And I'm like, "Okay." And he just keeps coming back to me, "Dave, no one's buying it. Why isn't anyone buying it?" It's been like 3 months. He hasn't sold anything because he prices it so high, which is fine. I mean, I think really he just doesn't want to sell it. At the end of the day, he's pricing it to a point where it's not going to
gonna
sell.
sell.
Which I swear I went to a yard sale like that last week where everything was just so ridiculously priced. You're just like, what?
There's got to be a couple of those yard sales all of us go to every year.
Yeah.
Where it's like the wife or the husband is saying, "Sell your stuff."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Okay, I'll try."
Yeah.
And then, but the prices are way too much on purpose,
Yep.
so that they don't sell the stuff.
I had one video this year where it was like the best one. I made some TikToks out of it, so people have probably seen little excerpts. But
Yeah,
this guy had like
watch
a
those.
big long like measuring tape. He's like, "Oh, you think you're gonna buy that? That's funny." And I'm like, "Well, yeah." I mean,
kind of the
it
point.
depends on the price. It's like, well, it's at least $100. That thing sells for $150 at Walmart.com, and I looked it up. It sells for like $12. And I'm just like,
Did you show
okay,
him?
yeah. No, I didn't show him, but just he did it so many times.
That would be a
$12?
great compilation if anybody has the guts to do that. Just make
Yeah.
one video of all the times you actually called them out on their wrong price.
Calling
and
them
showed
out, yeah.
And then you just paste it together
I think
for like
I
10
can do
minutes.
it.
Well, I've done the compilations like where I show like just bad price, comp, bad price, comp, bad price, comp to the viewer, but I've never done it where I actually like called out the person.
I think there's
So-
there's a lot of room for interesting and unique,
Yeah.
yard sale
Getting
content.
slapped on
Yeah,
a video,
getting
yes,
slapped,
yeah. I mean, because a lot of
What
people
we're talking
truly
about, like
believe
that was the perfect video, would be like if somebody, like you had a major bolo, but you also got injured at the yard sale, and you could use that, like just like your face with a bruise, and then just
Yeah.
like you holding like a stiff teddy bear that you found for a quarter.
That would be cool.
I think you'd get clicks.
Well, and I had a weird experience today. I mean, you were there, you saw it.
Yes.
I go up and I found a Pamela Anderson doll.
Yes.
And I'm like, how much is this? He's like, well, I don't know what it's worth. So I don't know. I said, okay, well, I don't know what it's worth either. And he's like, well, look it up for me, and then we'll figure it out.
Say, well, look it up for me.
And I'm like, well, okay. And so I look it up, and
You
it
did it,
sells
too.
for like $50 in good condition. And so I said, me and Carrie were talking, and I was like, well, it sells for 50. And he's like, I'd do 20. I'm like, that's what I'm thinking, 20 max. Because the guy was nice, and it's not like an amazing profit, but it was a cool item,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I said, well, it sells for 50 on eBay, but that's in mint condition. What would you do for it? And he came back with 15. So
He was reasonable.
Yeah, he was reasonable.
It's almost like you passed a test.
yeah.
Would he really do that? Okay, he really wants that.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is worthy of having this at a deal.
And I think he wanted, like, he probably knew I was a reseller, and he just, like, was trying to leave
Well, you
me
had
the
a
room.
camera on, Trash the Cat podcast shirt.
Yeah,
You do
yeah.
announce every yard
Yeah.
sale that you are the NC picker.
Introducing the NC Picker!
Every
Doo-doo-doo.
time. Every time.
And then I
every
walk
time.
in, yeah. The bugle fits so well in the giant
is, it
backpack. So
He fits
it's
a lot of stuff in that giant backpack, by the way. Bugles.
It's like a bag of fun.
There's a
Yeah.
bugle and actually some bags of bugles.
Bags
as
of
well.
bugles,
Yeah.
like the
There's a lot of
chippy thing,
bugle-shaped items.
I don't love bugles anymore. When I was a kid, I did.
I never ate bugles.
Yeah.
I never liked
I like to
them.
put them on my fingertips and like pretend
my
like I
God.
was a witch.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah.
You already know I like weird candies. I like the Necco wafers.
Yep,
I
those are
liked
good.
just.
They're
No,
not
I didn't
good.
like Tootsie
It's like
Rolls.
chalk. It's eating chalk.
Yeah.
Those are.
No, so I mean that was cool, and actually Carrie got a bunch of really nice items from
Thank
him.
you.
That
Oh,
was a
yeah.
cool sale.
Even
So
louder.
we made good money today, guys.
did.
All right, this has got to be the end because this camera's about to overheat and turn off again.
It is.
I know it's been a short show. It's been a weird show. Next week we'll be back with Kevin in our normal environments, and it'll be
Yeah.
better than this awful
Or it will be worse.
thing. Yeah.
One of the other.
Thank you, Dawn, for accompanying
Thank you,
us.
Dawn.
They made me.
Guys, check out her TikTok and her Insta and her Facebook and her
Pinterest.
YouTube and all that other
Yeah.
stuff. So,
Snapchat.
okay, bye bye.
Thank you.
See ya.